Hey everyone, welcome back to Nerdcore. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kelly.
And today's movie review is going to be on A Knight's Tale.
A 2001 action-adventure film set in medieval England starring the late Heath Ledger, Paul Bettany, and Alan Tudyk.
The movie is just about, I feel like it's just so much fun to watch. Like, you aren't supposed to take the whole movie serious. Like, it's a comedy, it has romance, it has sad moments, happy sad moments. Like, it's based off medieval times, but it has they're dancing and singing to Queen in it. The makeup and the outfits are not of its time back then. I mean, it has more of a updated look to it.
It has a little bit of like a rock, like a little rock look and feel to it.
I just feel like it's an easy movie. Like, if you want to just sit down, not have to think of anything, and just like sit there, have a good laugh, have some moments where you're like, oh my god, that's so sad. Like, it has everything. Like, it's fun. Like, it's definitely a fun movie to watch.
You're supposed to sit there and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not much to think about.
No,
you know,
definitely not. You could turn your brain off and just enjoy it.
Yeah, you sit there, enjoy the slow motion jousting shots, which I thought were, I always winced at those because those look like they hurt.
Yeah,
that was like my favorite parts of the whole jousting scenes. And so it takes place in medieval England, and it's actually based off of Geoffrey Chaucer's The Knight's Tale, which was written back in the medieval times. And Paul Bettany actually plays the titular author of the story. He plays Geoffrey Chaucer himself, and I thought that was something that that surprised me.
And it's most people that didn't know that, because honestly, I didn't know that, and I've seen that movie so many times. And I mean, it's also Heath Ledger's, I believe it's either his second or third U.S. film. His first film,
actually, kind of came into the limelight.
Yes,
that's when he started coming.
And because his first film was 10 Things I Hate About You, that's what I was introduced to Heath Ledger. And I mean, it's just, I feel like that movie, and I can't remember which movie came out first, if it was A Knight's Tale or if it was The Patriot that he's in. But I know they came out in the same year. I just don't know what month which one came out in first, but it's either his second or his third. But I mean, I feel like for sure A Knight's Tale was a lot of people's introduction of Heath Ledger as an actor. Yeah. And I mean, he does amazing. Like, he can sing, he can dance, he can act, he can be serious, he can be funny, he can do it all. Like,
he ran the gamut in his career, which was unfortunately cut way short.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was you could tell he was gonna be something big, you know. And I mean, the whole cast did a really good job. You know, I think they all did. They had Paul Bettany.
I love Paul Bettany. He's amazing.
Addy. Alan Tudyk.
Oh my god.
Even Rufus Sewell, the antagonist of the movie. Yeah. Mr. Count
Black Knight.
Yes, the Black Knight.
He is the Black Knight in the movie. But yes, I mean, all the characters, actors, I absolutely love every single one of them. They've always done amazing in all their movies. And I think too, Paul Bettany's, this was probably one of his earlier films too.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize him. Like, we started the movie, started watching it, and I see, when he is introduced into the movie, and
when he's butt naked.
And he's butt naked walking down the road.
Like, it's a normal thing. He's just like, hello.
He's just like walking
just going
down
along.
The road, and I just see, I see his face, and I'm like, hey, is that Paul Bettany there? And I was like, is that him? So like, I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's Paul Bettany. And then he introduces himself as Geoffrey Chaucer, and then I was like, wait, that sounds super familiar. And so I looked Geoffrey Chaucer up, and using the old Google, and I remember Geoffrey Chaucer. He's a author. Of the Canterbury Tales, which is what I knew him from. And so that was pretty interesting. It was great.
Absolutely awesome movie altogether. Like, anything that I could think of, like dislikes or anything they could have done better, like I don't think they could have. Like, I think it was just an easy movie to watch. Just sit there, relax, have a good laugh. Like I said earlier, it's just
And with how with the way all the actors were portraying their characters, how they were just how they conveyed everything through their acting, looked like they all had a lot of fun making it.
oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know, like it just seemed like they are having them. They up for debate, but I think they all had a lot of fun making that movie, and you know, and it was something that, you know, it's like Rachel said earlier, it was action adventure, it was romance. There was poignant moments, you know, especially with Heath Ledger, William Thatcher reuniting with his dad. Like,
It gets you a little,
know,
it gets you a little like, you know,
teary-eyed there,
you're all,
you know.
this is so
You know, he changed his stars finally, you know, and it was something very nice to see, because you don't see much of that anymore in movies. Poignant moments, you know, and it was a small moment, but it was kind of powerful. It was
yeah,
nice,
it definitely
you know?
was.
And just the banter between Ledger and Shannon Sossman, you know, when they first meet, and then when they're talking about love later on in the movie, and just like how quick they were to answer each other, and just how the back and forth between them was really well done too. You could tell each of them had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
And just the comedy, you know, between Paul Bettany, Alan Tudyk, and Mark Addy, their group, you know, their group of miscreants or misfits.
Yeah.
And it just the laughs come right off the bat. With, you know, the movie starts, and the knight who they're squiring for is actually dead, and he's in his full set of armor.
They think he's
dead.
drunk, passed
Yeah,
out
they
though.
think he's drunk or he's passed out or something, and they're like, well, dead. And then they go see him, and
He shit himself.
he shits himself and
He
he
shit
dies.
himself, yeah.
And you know, Alan Tudyk goes over there and starts beating him up,
Yeah.
telling him to wake up, but he just doesn't happen. And then that opens the doorway for the movie, and that opens the doorway for William Thatcher come in and play the knight, and beginning of the Knight's Tale. You know, it was a really it was just a really fun movie.
I feel like, I mean, there's probably a good amount of people that haven't seen that movie. It was, you know, it wasn't a lot of well-known actors yet at that time too. I mean, Heath Ledger, like I said, it was barely still coming up. Paul Bettany was still coming up.
Yep.
You know, I mean, there wasn't too many big names yet. So, I mean, if you haven't watched this film, I feel like if you like just something to sit back, have a good laugh, not take it serious, because it's definitely not a movie to take serious. Like, it was just for entertainment reasons.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, it's an entertaining movie. It's fun. It's just everything about it is just great. And I mean, watch it. This was definitely a request review, and I mean, I'm happy to do it because I definitely love this movie. Like, I have seen it so many times. So many times. I love it.
I've watched it once before, and I really liked it. I just never went back and watched it again. But coming back and watching it, very, very enjoyable.
It was.
It did gross $117.5 million against a budget of $5 million, so
wow.
it was we consider a success for the time.
Yeah.
It did garner mixed reviews at the premiere, but as for me, I mean, I enjoyed it. And there's this really cool like juxtaposition too, where there's like the you know, the medieval setting, but then you have the modern rock music.
Yeah.
Played with it, you know, and they do like little numbers, or their dance, you know, in the ball, or not the ball, but like the dinner that they have, and then
Oh yeah.
Heath Ledger makes up his dance, and you know, and it's they play these,
And then they do
these
some
classic rock
freestyle.
songs.
Yeah, and then they do a freestyle dance that definitely wasn't of its time at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely a must see for sure.
But I can't commend the choreography for those jousting. I mean, I love to see those scenes in movies all the time. Anything with horseback, suits of armor and stuff like that. It's really amazing to see just how they did that back then. You know, it was great. It's great to see.
I think that's it for that review. I mean, it's
Go see it.
Go see it. Subscribe if you haven't, please. I mean, I'm hoping people are enjoying us.
We hope you're enjoying these
We're
reviews.
enjoying the reviews. I mean, there's still
doing these.
There's still many more to come. I mean, definitely like we'll be doing eventually some newer movies. We're just I like to get some unappreciated, underrated movies out there for maybe people to just say, you know what, let me give it a chance, or let me give it another chance. Maybe I was really young when I watched it and I didn't like understand it fully.
Right.
And sometimes too, like people I feel like just take watching movies a little too serious. Like sometimes movies are not meant to be serious. Like it's just meant to be enjoyable, like entertaining. Like just sit there and just watch it and understand it and appreciate it for the entertainment reasons. Like that's all some movies are for.
Sometimes it's just what you got to do. Some movies, yes, some movies make you think. They make you contemplate certain aspects of life or life itself. Some movies are just meant for you to sit back, turn your brain off for a little bit, enjoy the show, you know. But yeah, that'll be it for us today. It was great talking to everybody and reviewing a Knight's Tale. So you can catch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/KTheBerserker. I'll be playing Hunt Showdown and another game, Phasmophobia, getting spookies on with the boys. And that's it for us today.
All right, bye.
You guys have a great one.